With me this morning is Ian Cook, the CEO of BAS Group. George Mensah is our facilities manager, and Nick Brown is the senior executive for the CCS Group. You're aware that on September 26, 2013, Minister Duntley gave a press conference announcing that BAS Circle was the selected vendor to provide the expansion of CCTV. Work has been ongoing since then between BAS Circle and the Bermuda Police Service to ensure that there's a transition between the CCTV services provided by the current vendor and the services that will be provided by BAS Circle with effect from the 1st of April 2014. The transition will commence with the replacement of obsolete and defective cameras at the current locations and will expand to island-wide coverage as the old cameras are replaced. The new CCTV system will have the latest technology and equipment and will allow the Bermuda Police Service to be able to do such analytics as facial and vehicle recognition and tracking, and will consist of over 150 cameras island-wide. We eventually expect to link the system with cameras being used by the City of Hamilton, the Town of St. George, and in Dockyard. The use of CCTV cameras, both as a deterrent to those who would commit crimes and as an investigative tool after a crime has been committed, has been very effective in the past. And we now have the ability and capability that has been enhanced with additional cameras and new technology. The BPS wishes to thank GET Limited for their support and services. They stepped up to the wicket at a time when Bermuda faced its most serious challenges from gun violence and was able to show a good community spirit by working with the BPS and being willing to go an extra mile when asked. I would like to reiterate the comments of Minister Duntley that the CCTV expansion is a crime-fighting tool, not a big brother intrusion into the lives of law-abiding citizens. We look forward to working closely with BAS Circle for the next 5 years of this contract. Thank you, and we're happy to answer any questions.
How much is this going to cost?
It's going to cost about $112,000 per month.
Per month?
Yes.
What about now? Is that in just everyday monthly maintenance of the system? How much is it going to cost to install the new technology?
It's a turnkey solution. So basically, BAS is going to install everything,
Okay.
and they're going to be monitoring the system, and they're going to be performing maintenance on the system.
Okay.
So that $111,000 includes all that.
Includes all that. Yeah.
How do you see this takeover affecting existing staff that handle the CCTV operations?
How do you mean affecting existing staff?
Existing staff that oversee the actual cameras, as far as viewing the...
Well, there's a new vendor, so the old vendor and the staff that the old vendor has at the end of the contract on the 31st of March will cease, and BAS Circle will have their own staff, the new staff. Might be some of the same people that are currently employed there, or they might be new people.
So would you be able to tell us a bit more about the capabilities of the cameras that you're installing? Will they, for example, there's been talk of cameras that can see through the tinted visors that people wear on helmets and that type of thing?
Just a quick caveat. I said in my speech we have facial recognition cameras. We get beaten up if we give too much information about what the technology is going to do. I know people want to know a little more, but we can't go into all the fine details. We do have facial recognition technology.
There was a time when we had an incident up in North Shore where the cameras were not on. I suppose that there's some assurance now that these cameras will be on 24 hours a day.
Yeah, our cameras are always on 24/7, but there's normal wear and tear. Things happen, acts of nature. I'll let BAS speak to some of one of the things we wanted was some reliability in terms of the infrastructure of the camera, of the system, and that's why we selected this vendor. They've given us reassurance. They can talk a little bit about the reliability of the backbone that they're using as well as the cameras they've selected.
Thank you, Mr. Jackman. BAS Serco is really excited to be part of this opportunity. BAS Serco is just one of the 9 companies in the BAS Group of companies. Really excited again to be part of this, and it's with the group of companies. CCS is delivering the carrier grade wireless point-to-point and point-to-multi-point backhaul system that the cameras will operate on. ITS is delivering a integrated 16-foot video wall in the new ComOps operations. And BAS Serco will work in conjunction with the Bermuda Police Service, monitoring and doing the operations of the CCTV cameras.
Sorry, that was kind of braille to me. What the reliability?
So the wireless backhaul system, it operates off of a 5 nines reliability. So there are 7 towers around the island. I can go into a lot of technical
No,
detail.
please don't.
Okay.
It's a very reliable system from the communications perspective. It is very reliable. There may be some issues with the cameras from time to time where there's regular maintenance going on, but there is, that's an ongoing maintenance perspective. We'll have that.
We're going to hold the vendor to a very high level of responsibility in terms of the off time for cameras, and we set some very high standards in our request for proposals that the vendor has assured us that we will meet. You heard the cost of having the service, and for that cost there's the expectation certainly that the cameras will be working very high percentage of the time. There'll be breakdowns, but we'll expect it to be fixed and fixed quickly. So the cameras will be working and they will be monitored.
Could you speak to the need for this? Why does Bermuda need this?
Well, since 2008, we have been in an epidemic of firearms violence, and the Bermuda Police Service recognized that we needed to be able to have more of a deterrent as well as a post-incident tool, and CCTV has been effective in doing that. We recognize the need to expand the system, and it's taken us 2 years to get the implementation of the new system. It might seem strange that firearms incidents have now declined and we are now talking about expanding the CCTV system. But it's been 2 years in the making to get the system up and running, get a modern system, and a system that's scalable. We can expand the system in the future if there are acts of violence that continue. Someone asked previously about Shot Spotter and some other stuff. We could add all of that stuff. And as the technology, over the 5 years of this contract, we're expecting as technology changes that the vendor will be upgraded and getting the best technology available to us.
Any final questions?
Just one, could you just articulate how many cameras are currently in use in the CCTV?
We currently have about 86.
86, and that's expanding by 150 or to 150? Two, so it's 150 total when this is all done?
Yes. We're replacing, the first CCTV system we had came in about 1995, 96. And we replaced some of the cameras, but that system has really been obsolete for a while. We've had a newer system from the vendor. Again, anything more than 4 or 5 years, the system is obsolete. So this new package replaces all of the cameras that are existing with new cameras, and the total number of cameras will now be 150, so almost double.
And when are we anticipating the replacement to be complete?
It is starting, and the 1st of April will be the first phase. We expect it to take a while to get the 150 cameras up. Some pressure on the vendors, but we know it wouldn't happen on the 1st of April. But by the 1st of April, we can have a number of cameras up. I'm not sure what that number will be, and over the next couple of months, get to the 150 number.